Hey, it's Danny from iMetro Property, and today I want to talk to you about what's going on in the market, and most specifically, I want to talk to you about the term seller's market, which is where we are. So really what I want to do is I want to define that for you. So if you're a buyer and you're currently looking for a home, what a seller's market means is everything you look at and that you're interested in, a lot of other people are too, and that property, by the time you get to the showing, is very likely sold, or it's going to be in a multiple offer situation where you have several buyers competing for the same property. So we haven't seen this kind of market for a long time. I mean, we're used to a buyer's market. It was balanced for like a day, and then we headed into a seller's market. So technically what a seller's market is, we look at months supply of inventory. So when we have 6 months supply inventory, that means at the current rate of home sales, it would take 6 months to deplete the inventory completely without any other properties coming onto market. So for years, I mean, we were in this buyer's market where there's, an overabundance of supply. You don't have a lot of people looking for homes. It was in a great position to be in if you're a buyer, not if you're a seller. And then a balanced market is when there's like 5 to 7 months supply. Doesn't favor the buyer, doesn't favor the seller. It's just kind of a normal market. Now we've entered into a seller's market. In Minneapolis, that happened as of about July 2012. And the interesting thing is the supply of inventory has steadily gone down. And we are at 3.5 months supply for the city as a whole. And a lot of neighborhoods are at 3 months or even 2 months. So it greatly favors the sellers. It's a difficult market for buyers. It's not an impossible market. There's just some things that you have to do differently. You have to think about things a little differently, and you have to act a little bit differently. So, but I'll talk about that in my next video. I'll talk about how, if you're a buyer, how do you win properties in a seller's market. So stay tuned for that. If you have any questions or want to reach out, feel free to touch base.